start. It's gonna be good, baby. It's gonna be good. So we can get the intro. Love the Lord with all your heart. How about people? Yeah, that's a little tougher. Getting some pillows. Oh, yeah. Alright, my phone is kind of screwed up right now. It's dead. Screwed up, it's dead. Cut that out. My point is, usually I do this stuff while you're watching that. Right now. I'm live and people can see you. Here, let's do it. Wait, there we go. Hi everybody. Just had to put my live in the thing there. Alright, so let's put this down here and this over here. Okay, are you guys ready for this? I'm not. I'm ready to do the live stream, but I am not ready for World War III. I don't think anybody is. But it's looking bad. And people have been saying, yeah, we could be at World War III. We could be at World War... I'm saying now, it's on, baby. It's on. I wonder if I could see that real quick before we get started, just because usually I look at my phone, but my phone's dead. It's looking like World War III. Let's just see if I could. Hey, Sputsy. All right. So my picture isn't so big there. I'm gonna pull this one down a bit. Just pull it all the way down, and then it's got like a black background. That would work. Okay. And then that, and then Twitter. No, that's not Twitter. There we go. Alright, and then that. Okay. How y'all doing? How you doing, Sputsy? Love it. You're here. Jesus and coffee. What do you like? Actually, Sputsy, you inspired me to get some popcorn. And That was like probably 2 weeks ago, and I've had 9 bags in like 2 weeks. Just like at night, like, I'm not gonna eat anything. Like, I'm not gonna eat like a meal. I know. I'll eat some popcorn. Of course, it's probably just as much with the butter and everything like that. So, but you inspired me to eat popcorn. All right, let's get started. Did you like the thumbnail? I mean, I'm so creeped out by that. Like, I don't, it's hard to tell whether stuff is real or not, but that one was like officials. So there's clues that are real. Even like people that are saying, oh, they're sick. Like this guy, it says he had a brain aneurysm, Tom Sizemore. Like, we don't know if these people are like super rich and they're like headed to the bunkers. We don't know. And they're like, oh, let's tell everybody, we're dead. Just let people mourn us before they die in World War III. I think what I'm going to do, Sputsy, with the popcorn, instead of getting the bags that are so easy to do, I'm going to make myself do it on the stove and then add my butter, because even though it says organic and all this, like, no artificial flavors, no GMO, no, like, maybe the bag is bad for you or something. I don't know. Seems like everything is gonna kill us. Am I going crazy, or is it just I see people acting very strangely. Not well, actually, yeah, personally in the driveway. No one in my house, but the neighbors. What are you gonna do if your neighbor turns into a zombie? You know what I'm saying? Like fentanyl or some drug, or something wrong with their frontal cortex and they can't make proper decision making anymore, so they might start doing drugs or something. We don't know what's going to happen, and you can't cross all these bridges. You have to find peace, and the only way to find peace is Jesus, right? And let me tell you, like, Jesus and coffee, that's what my cup says, Jesus and coffee. I love this cup. It's big, but it's not like a monster, but it's, it's just right. And I want to give up the cream and sugar, but I can't. It's just one of the most wonderful things in life, isn't it? Like, what is your favorite thing? What gives you calm? An Epsom salt bath? Then do that. Going outside, taking your shoes off, putting your toes in the dirt, I mean, I'm just thinking about the chickens. If you saw me go from ecstasy to disgust. I pressure washed the porch. Oh my gosh. It was gross. Can't go out there with, I used to go out to the porch with bare feet. But when the chickens are on the porch, you don't want to go out there on the porch with bare feet. So we're working on the fence for the back, and that should be done this week. So I shall be pressure washing the porch again. And I pressure washed all my carpets. It was fun. I like that pressure washer. That's fun. I mean, my neighbor wasn't really a zombie, but, she was just like, I can't make the face. Like, just hateful. Anyway, I don't know what it was. I should have just said, everything okay with you? And that might have made her mad. I don't know. You just don't know. Like, some people you just can't win with. I should get off that subject. What if she watched my show or something? Maybe that's why she hates me. Ooh. Because, you know, most people can't handle the truth. So, you know, we're going to make enemies wherever we go if they know. And that's probably why people don't even want to talk about stuff. They're probably just like, oh, yeah, you're a crazy nutbag. And then they whisper to you, I really liked what you said. You know what I'm saying? That happened the other day. So anyway, this guy, he was in some great movies. I hope he's okay. But he's had a brain aneurysm. Tom Sizemore. Okay, Austin, Texas. We're getting into it. Okay. Sorry about all the, you know, personal stuff. All right, so we got some cars. They've started this in California. And let me see if I can get this any bigger. Yes. Okay. Some terrible accidents, people doing this kind of crazy stuff, and it's catching on. So, and maybe it's been catching on and I'm just an old fuddy-duddy that didn't know about it, but I know it started, like, they did a lot of it in California. There was all those movies that came out where I forget what they call it, where they slide it, you know, they slide the back end of the car. There was a whole bunch of movies about it. But it's catching on. And man, Alex Jones was talking about his Green Demon. I guess that's the name of a car. The other day. And man, I looked up the music he was talking about. Forget the name of it, but it was gross. Like some of these music, it's like let's yell to sing, like scream, like it's like demonic, and then like all these pictures of like blood and gore. It was gross. Like there's some music out there that is just tormenting people. If you listen to that kind of music, you probably need an exorcism. I'm just saying. That kind of stuff is like, that would like get to my brain quick. I would be it. If you want to drive somebody into breaking of the brain and MK Ultra, just let them listen to that stuff. All right, the Democrats want to take away your powered lawnmowers. Now, I heard about this, but do you know how fast they could do this? We don't know. I don't know how fast they can do it. I'm asking you, do you know how fast something like this could happen where you get in trouble for mowing your lawn? And they're like, oh, but there is also this other rule where you have to keep your grass at an inch level. And you're like, well, how am I going to do that? Here you go. Get out there in your yard with some clippers, you know? I mean, my arms hurt. That hurts doing that from just washing the car with the thing from the sink, the little plastic scrubber. Like, of course, it's, you know, like a SUV type truck. So, but I'm still sore. And that was, what, 3 days ago? I'm in bad shape, ain't I gotta work out. I gotta get strong. We got zombies to encounter in the near future. All right, this just popped up. I was talking about it yesterday or the day before, and it's, you know, she burns.
Let's do this.
Look, she goes out here. She gets
never
snow.
touched yet. Just to prove our point. You can actually already see on my husband's hands how it looks weird. Like the texture is weird. Maybe you have to see it in person. All right, let's go burn it. All right, I'm trying to keep the evidence clear, right? Okay, we're just walking inside with the snowball.
She should have kept it live. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do any editing whatsoever. So, you know, take it off the car, burn it, and then let it be But look at what happens to it. It looks like there's a face on it.
Okay. Stomping snow off.
Here.
There's not
Watch,
any drops
watch.
coming off.
That
And
kinda
it's in
looked like
fact
my
turning
dog.
black like he said it would. What?
I kind of see Rocky now.
There's no melting at all? There's no drops at all? What is it?
Okay.
If it isn't snow,
Okay, I'm kind of freaking out now.
what is it?
Smell it.
Okay, see the face?
What is it?
Smell it.
Now it looks like... I don't know, it looked like a face to me earlier, but...
Oh my god, it smells like straight burnt plastic. Oh my god.
That is awful.
It's literally the smell of burnt plastic. By the way, in reference...
There. Look at the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Because she flipped it. But the other way kind of looks like Rocky. My dog's dead. My dog's dead. He was throwing up blood. I've told, people on Discord. But I haven't told anybody on live stream. My dog's dead. Hey KK, I didn't tell you because you've not been on Discord, but my puppy's dead. Now I'm gonna start crying. I gotta stop. Jesus and coffee. Jesus and coffee. I want to tell you so bad, KK, what happened, but I'm not gonna just say it on because I'll sound like I'll seem like I'm somebody that's like, everybody's after me kind of person. And I think it was just cancer. But it's just weird, the thing that happened right then. Like, he had a pocket of saliva, and then I gave him antibiotics, and then he was all better. He was like all better. In like 5 days, he was better, jumping around, perfect, fine, not laying there, not getting slobber in his water. And then all of a sudden, this thing happened. Yeah, if you still have Discord, or tell Sherelle, I'll call you on the phone and tell you. KK. Somebody showed up at the door, and then from there, the dog threw up blood. And so, yeah, there's some weird coincidence or something. And anyway, that's just, and then Daisy's been sad because she's, missing him. So I've been treating her extra special since he passed, which was about 5 days ago now. Anyway, he might have been KK. It's possible. That is a very good possibility. Alright, so let me just move on. Iran enriches uranium at 84%. So if they're saying 6% below nuclear weapon level, which is 90%, you could just about say, which they have had them for a while, but the point is they're telling us. So they're probably gonna, be like, oh, next week we're going into production, and then a week later, bam, we got them. Or, surprise, surprise, we've had them for 5 years, which we already knew about. But I don't know. When they come out and tell you stuff, then they've probably already done it, which we know with Iran they have. Just keep that in mind as we head toward what Russia's saying now. 100 hypersonic missiles a day they're going to make. That means they've probably been doing this all along, and they're ready for World War III. I'm just saying the things that are happening. We've got pipe bombs. This one was on a train track, and then there was one found behind a church. Totally different state, but I'm telling you, and maybe people that listen to this don't believe me, but your children and your grandchildren, people that are left behind at least, maybe before that, the Muslims are gonna like gather and attack, and it's gonna be jihad. I'm just saying. I've been told that for many years, and I saw a video again today reminding me of it. I'll play it for you. So and they got the LGBTQRST people also that are their own army. And then is that Obama's army? Because you remember he said he wanted an army, and then he's still working in like a couple miles down the road from the White House. And he kept saying how he wanted to just put some puppet in there and then work behind the scenes, and he wanted to have his own little army. So maybe he's got the gay army or the trans army. I guess that's the same thing, right? So it's all pretty, where's humanity? If you join that means you're saying yes to psychopaths and no to peace and safety, but you're screaming out, we want peace and safety, and then people join that. It's cuckoo land. It's crazy. So you need Jesus and coffee. And I'm telling you, there's something about taking that first sip of coffee that's just like, it's so warm, and like a hot bath with some Epsom salt. I'm going to do that. Not right this minute. I'm going to do that. So we got bombs on train tracks in Pennsylvania. Let's see. Frankfort, Pennsylvania, have been reported to have burn marks. Officers advise the pipe is on the train tracks, and bomb disposal unit has removed the device for further investigation. So we need to pray for our cities. Lord Jesus, please, wherever people are doing stupid crap, just put your angels there and just kind of protect and keep the rest of us safe from all the psycho zombies. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, and then breathe. Deep breaths. That's how you survive. You breathe. Breathe and Jesus and coffee. And that's like birthing pains, right? Jesus is your epidural. I thought about that a while back. All right, I gotta go backwards here. Okay, this. Look. This is my thumbnail. Let's see if I can make it big. Here we go. What the... What's she saying?
Situação, né? Opa. Se eu falei assalto, né, mano? Tá deitado no meio da pista.
Viu? Você via ali, eu parei lá, não dava pra pular.
Eu vi, eu falei, eu tava parando ali, eu pensei que era outra ali. Eu pensei que era assalto também. Tava deitado
Tava deitado.
Tô dormindo.
Ai, que maluco, velho.
I think she hissed.
Ele parou, eu falei, se for assalto, a gente já...
Por que Porque eu tenho duas. Porque vocês...
Wish I could speak Spanish. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Tem carro atrás, entendeu?
That's a bus. You know what I'm saying? That's not fake. Look at him.
Morreu.
Are we in a zombie movie? Look at that. He's screaming. I didn't know what demon possession looked like, but I think this is it. Look at that. Watch, watch, watch. Watch it, watch it. Oh! Did you hear that? Dude. Like, if I, like, you could say drugs, but I think it's demon possession. I think it is. I think it is. And, you know, like, there is pharmakia. And, like, I've been thinking about this pharmakia thing. They could put something in these chemicals that they're exploding. Okay, I gotta keep like radioactive stuff, the nuclear weapons. All this stuff is like it's war from within. That was like the name that I put on this video because I just like I kind of want to like look at the news and like put like a theme to it as to what's going on, and the fentanyl and the other drugs that they're weaponizing. They're making it GMO, so they're like changing the makeup of it, the DNA, the things that change, other things that change your DNA that you're not allowed to speak of, you know, things that are being put into the veins, and then the chemical warfare that's like the trains and the chemical plants that are blowing up. And then you got the whole world is talking about like World War III with nuclear weapons. And then there was this truck that had this orange smoke the other day coming out of it, and it's just like this poison, this death might be here, like the hooves or the hoof beats of the 4 horsemen of death now. Because even if you're alive but you're living a life on drugs, you're not living. That's not living, you know. And then people that are being hurt by these other things, they're like, oh, there's this one lady, she's got like a whole, like, from Palestine, I'm calling it Palestine instead of Palestine now, Palestine, she's got like a rash down her, like half her body. And then this other lady, she's like, her whole face is like red, and that's from doing the hokey pokey. So Russia's defense ministry: radioactive substances have been transported to Ukraine from a European country, and Kyiv is preparing a nuclear attack on its own soil in coming days to blame it on Moscow. So they're saying like there could be a false flag type thing where Kyiv or Europe somewhere like France or Poland. I mean, we're sending a bunch of people, more people to Poland. So they're saying like if there's an attack on a European country of NATO, then they're gonna like blame it on Moscow. I don't know. It's like the war from within still with this too. Hey, Nick. Hey, Jeff. Jeff, you've not been here in a while. Good to see you. Well, I mean, I've not been doing a lot of shows, so don't feel bad. Look up Metallica video, A Nightmare Long. No thanks. Predictive programming for balloon release bioweapon. Oh, okay. So a lot of the heavy metal is directly connected with the demonic realm. So they would have the predictive programming because they're probably like communicating and communing and rituals. you know, with the demons. The demonic world knows what's up, huh? Yeah, you know what? Last night, I just there's so much stuff you could spend like every day on it with the transgender stuff and children fighting in classrooms every day, and music videos like the Grammys and then the Super Bowl with Rihanna, and it's just like everybody's wearing blood, everybody's wearing red. It's not for life, like life is in the blood. It's like death is in the blood. Like they're wanting to put death in the blood. And I just couldn't watch it like last night. It just like I could hear, you know, the comments being said, but I just couldn't click on it. And I did, I clicked on it, but then I was just like, I can't watch the, because what they're trying to do too is break you. They're trying to wear out the saints. And if you see that stuff, yeah, you know it's there, and it's continuously there. And when it's there, I'm just not going to analyze it anymore because I know it's bad. So I'm not going to like watch it through to the end. I'll be like, okay, another demonic, you know, ritual here. Wonder whose blood they're using now, which child's blood they're using now. Is it a, you know, like all that stuff can really get to you after you see enough of it. So I'm just trying to be careful how much of like music and stuff like that. Like I watched like maybe 1 minute of that video Alex Jones like mentioned, and I was just like, ew, that's like satanic, man. I'm not gonna fill my head with that stuff. All right, I'm gonna move on. I could see how it just kind of glitches me out just talking about it. I can't handle that stuff. And the whole trans movement and all that, like it's demonic. Their brains have gone somewhere else. North Korea has launched 2 more missiles for a total of at least 3 launches this morning. And see, this was just like an hour ago. So North Korea could start World War III or some sort of, you know, massive thing in motion. And then the WEF, I forget who it was that said it the other day, from that global meeting that they had in Saudi Arabia or UAE in the Middle East. All the world leaders just met there, just like this week. So they're like, we need something shocking, you know, we need some shock and awe. So get ready for shock and awe, and get ready for a false flag, which doesn't mean that the war's not happening. It just means that they're going to twist it up. They're going to start it and they're going to twist it up, and they're going to think it's one way and it's going to be the opposite, or it's going to be a whole twist back to the other one. So your head's going to do and you're going to go because they'll be like, see, they're fake news, because they're like, well, I'm preaching all 3. We got the narrative, and then we got the co-narrative, the opposite, and then we got the twist of that comes back around, which is like, yeah, they actually did do it, and they wanted to mess you up. All right, they're saying, that's how I'm going to do the news. I'm going to say, they're saying that there's a massive power outage in the city of Oakland, California. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. You decide. Call your loved ones, ask them. Maybe there's an invasion on the water. Maybe the China boats are sitting out there at shore. Oh, we got all your products out here. We're not bringing them on in. We're just sitting out here in the ocean, and they've got like military boats hidden inside these things instead of your washer and dryer, you know? And they're coming up on the shore like an hour ago. And the whole city of Oakland is in an outage. So maybe they come up right in there and they're like sneaking and they're bringing up all these military vehicles on boats, and we're being invaded an hour ago. But it's, you know, no power, no media, right? Or it could just be an attack on the grid, you know, cyber attack, or it could be, could be somebody put a pipe bomb in the, you know, electrical grid. There's a lot of pipe bombs, okay? Look here. An 18-inch pipe bomb found behind Holmesburg Church in Philadelphia. So we got Philadelphia, and then we got right here. Let's see. Okay, this was Philadelphia. So maybe it was the same pipe bomb. Okay, well, that would make more sense. I'm like, wait a minute, what's with the pipe bombs? So maybe it's just near a church. Let's look. You see a church anywhere? This is a pretty big facility right here. It made it sound like in the church's backyard, you know? But maybe this is the church. I don't know. And I'm not going to investigate that. Nobody got hurt or anything like that. Maybe I put some more stuff here. Let's look. Here's the church. St. Dominic Catholic Church. Okay, in Holmesburg. Behind St. Dominic's Catholic Church on Frankfort Avenue near the near the railroad tracks. Yep. In Philadelphia's Holmesburg section. Sources tell Fox News. The bomb squad safely took it away. Okay. That works. Okay, there's that girl. North Korea. And, okay. Let me see. Close your eyes for a minute. Okay. I didn't know whether or not to click on that. I couldn't remember. This is really disgusting. So if you have a stomach that's like queasy right now from all the evil, you might want to hold your ears through this one. Cannibal killer lured victim and ate his genitals. I thought that was a girl. Cannibal killer lured victim and ate his genitals after meeting him on Grindr. I'm not going to read anymore, but oh wait, let me read this part. It's got Kevin Bacon in the story. Maybe he thought it was bacon. Oh, that was bad taste. Oh, that was a bad pun. Cannibal killer lured victim and ate his genitals after meeting him on Grindr. Share Mark Latunsky lured 25-year-old hairdresser Kevin Bacon back to his house after meeting him on Grindr and ate his genitals. That's like the worst story I think of the year so far, and it's only February. All right. See what I mean? Like this stuff can break your brain. Like, did that really happen, or are they just trying to break our brain? Jesus and coffee. Okay, taking a drink after that story wasn't such a good idea. Okay. When I saw this cyclone, Freddy, about 4 days ago, the talk about it was off. Okay, it's headed toward Madagascar. And it's not due to hit until Tuesday, I think. So it's still got 2 days before it hits. But it is like a Cat 5. But my first thought when I heard its name was Freddy Krueger. And with all the chemicals in the air, I want to know where they are. Why aren't we, I mean, maybe we are being told, and I just don't watch that news. Has anybody else, Nick, Sputsy, Sherelle, Jeff, KK, anybody? Has anybody heard where the nasty cloud of nuclear fallout is? I mean, could it end up in a storm and do something in the storm? And then there was like a whole map of the river, the Mississippi River, which touches, I probably have a picture of it, it touches everywhere. Like it's all across, and I don't know if Mike's watching. I told him I would be doing this. Let me hit live chat. Hopefully I'm seeing everybody's remarks. Okay. Nothing to show here. Come on. I just had it. Why is it saying nothing to show here? Okay. Look. See all that? That's the rivers. And it start like up here in Ohio. And so if the earth is like flat, or if the earth is, oh shoot, look what I did. If the earth is flat, round, whatever, like I was just thinking, if it's a globe, then there's a curvature. So you would think that the waters would curve and go from north to south. That's what I always thought was taught in my head. That's how I thought of it. But if it's flat, do the waters always go east? Do they go west? I mean, they say the earth is spinning, so, but if it's flat, it would be like this. And then the waters would go one direction, right? I mean, it's probably the same thing. We go, or does it spin like this? But it doesn't spin this and then turn back this way. So the water would go one direction. I don't know. I'm not scientific, so I'm just wondering, where is this cloud at now? And then where do these waters reach? Because I've heard stories like, oh, Montana, like they brought that up. Like, is that because these waters like travel? But you would think it would go towards the way of the jet stream, like that to the east. Anyway, I'm probably confusing people anyway, or they're just like, yeah, dumb, it goes this way or that way, and nobody's telling me. Alright. Because see, this one, the hurricane is going east or west. And look at that. Ooh. I'm just like, where is it at? Where is the cloud of funk? Okay. Oh gosh, here's some more weirdos. This is an old picture. That's from like when Biden was... I've messed up. Hold on. Let me get back where I was. Okay, I'm going too slow too. I need to speed up. Like the hurricane. The earth is round, kind and oblong, like a freaking pear shape or something is what the NASA people say, right? The sun, everything's round, and okay. The acid rain was taking paint off people's vehicles. Well, I mean, there is a picture of right here. It's the next one. Look at that. Social media was flooded with posts Friday from their people complaining about a weird smell in the air and residue on their vehicles from rain that fell Thursday night and into Friday. So this one's like a residue, though. It's not taking the paint off, but there's like a weird residue. Is that what you saw, Sherelle? And it smells funny. People have been reporting weird smell in the air and residue on their cars in Connecticut on Friday. See, that would make sense because it did rain. That's what I was asking that lady on the phone. And then somebody told me, like, you could 50 years in prison for calling that number. I was like, oh, dang, man. Like, thanks for telling me, because I almost took the video down. But it's something about as long as one party. So if you're in a one-party state, then you can call people and you don't have to tell them that you're recording them. So anyway, when I did that the other day, I was just like, but I don't know if I left that message on there. My face is falling off. Because then I heard this like beep. And I don't know if the beep was like done with my recording. I'm sure they got a good kick out of that. I bet they're getting calls from all over the country. At least they got a call from me. All right, the EPA. Wait, I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Okay, yeah. Okay, they're adding new ones to the list too, by the way. Because remember the other day, first there was 2. Then there was 4. Now there's 5. So here's a list. Let me just get this right here. File, save, Palestine chem list of 5. Okay. So the new one is butyl acrylate. Butyl acrylate. So we should call her back. My phone's dead, but I wonder if they'd answer the phone again. Let's see. Send a letter to Norfolk Southern stating that ethylene glycol mutabutyl ether, ethyl hexyl acrylate, isobutylene were also in their rail cars that were derailed, breached, or on fire. So we knew about a couple of those. But yeah, it was that last one. Butyl acrylate. So I don't know what that one does. What if it's more toxic than the other? How long do these things stay up in the air? Did they come down with the rain? Obviously they did. Trust the government. EPA's like, don't worry, go ahead, drink the water. And then 20 years later, when everybody's got cancer, they'll be like, oh, sorry about that. My mistake. Apologize later. So here is Russia's nuke. It's kind of pretty. It's got camo and a big red needle. It's a big pointy thing full of toxins that, you know, they spend all of our money on to kill people. I mean, it sounds like we got people in charge that just like, they got it all figured out, don't they? I wanted to put that as my thumbnail because it just looks so, like, they're probably so proud of it. They're probably like, isn't it beautiful? And they're talking about false flags. So we'll see what happens soon. All right, in Mexico, the drug cartels are putting human remains in bags. And then, I'm not sure what they're doing with them. Dumped on the street with a chilling warning. You better let us keep selling the fentanyl to your children. Police have confirmed the grim discovery of 4 bags dumped on the street with a chilling warning from Mexico's formidable CJNG drug cartel after being called in by locals. Bags of human remains. A horror discovery of 4 bags packed with body parts has been linked to one of Mexico's most terrifying cartels. The human remains were dumped outside city of Colonia 5 de Mayo as part of a sinister warning message. According to the Borderland Beat, worried locals immediately alerted the authorities to the stuff scrawled over sacks on Thursday evening. Agents of the municipal police, state preventive police, and elements of the investigation police of the state attorney general's office investigated the reports and confirmed the grim discovery. And everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Where's my Alex Stein? I gotta find my Alex Stein. Hold on. Let's see if I can find my Alex Stein. Everything's fine. I just gotta have that on my see if I can find it. I gotta have that on my page. Let's see. Projects. Where's my everything's fine? Oh, we can watch a couple of other things that I did too. Intro gifts, no. Alright. Well, I've got a Tedros one too. But I made one. I made an Alex Stein GIF, but I can't find it. He's got a fire extinguisher. Sorry, my brain's like bzzz. I don't know where it's at. Oh well. He's going, everything's fine! Everything's fine! That's how I feel. Let's see. Okay, Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Zoo. We have the water that runs through Cincinnati from Palestine shut down. They closed their water intake for the Ohio River. So if you knew like what Ohio looks like, let's show you. Palestine is way up here. See? Cincinnati way down here, all the way on the other side. So the water from there has been shut off, the intake. But if this is not going that way because the earth is spinning that direction, so we're saying the earth is spinning this direction? Or does the water have anything to do with the spinning of the earth? Anyway, Cincinnati's here. So if it can go here, it can keep going here all the way over to Texas if the water is on the map that way. See what I'm saying? Nobody's safe. We're all in danger. We're all gonna die. Okay. Trying to understand why a train was carrying over 300,000 gallons of a chemical that was banned in 1974. And why that train derailed and was set on fire and, purposefully set on fire and let burn for 3 days. 3 days that thing burned. I didn't know that. Alright, Facebook is charging people for a paid prescription for Meta now. says Zuckerberg. Starting today, people are paying to have a monthly prescription for the metaverse. Okay, here it is down here. $11.99 for a badge. Here is your first Mark of the Beast bracelet. $11.99 a month, or $14.99 a month on iOS. So that will start being rolled out this week in Australia and New Zealand, and other countries will have it soon. So the metaverse, let the games begin. And then the Blue Beam, that'll begin, which we've got some really weird videos that I want to get your guys' opinion whether they're real or not. So the smart devices on air conditioners, TV electronics, so the state can take aggression action and shut them down when the grid is overloaded. So anything that's a smart device, they've done a pre-test in like California. Everyone said, like, as soon as they got the alert to like, oh, there's an overload, and you notice California having an outage now in Oakland, they'll be like, oh, we want the AI to be in control of it all now. They're gonna they want control given over to something that is a higher power that can make better decisions than people. So if we have this great algorithm that was set up and it's learning on its own now, and it knows all this information and it knows what to do with all of our problems, then let's give all the problems to the AI and they'll just run it all. And then if we're using too much electricity, they can just shut it down. And then at the right exact time, everything will work perfectly. Wrong. I mean, don't you guys remember back when the computers first started, there was glitches and they called it bugs? Bugs? So we got bugs. We got viruses, computer viruses. You see the connection? Once you get in the metaverse, once you get in there and it's like connected to you biologically, then you will get the bugs, you will get the viruses, and it'll be biological / glitches in the matrix in your head, nightmares. It's just a demonic plan. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. South Korea and the United States conducted a short notice air drill involving B-1B, F-16, F-35, F-15. The drill was conducted after North Korea did an ICBM exercise, and now North Korea has done 2 or 3 more. So that looks pretty intense though, doesn't it? Let's listen. That's us and South Korea. Did that blow your eardrums? Sorry about that. What are you guys saying? Aaron Brockovich met up with Donald Trump in Ohio today. Oh, okay. Oh, the real Aaron Brockovich. Okay. Huh, that's cool. The government now allows chromium-6 in the water. That was the chemical from the movie. Oh. Yeah, well, when I learned what fluoride was, is some sort of byproduct of pesticides that they can't really sell like as a useful thing, so they sell it back to the state and then they feed it to you in the water. I about puked. I mean, we're buying our own death with all this stuff. We're paying for it. Doesn't that anger people that we're buying the bombs? We're sending our children to war. We're sticking out our sleeve. pulling it up, saying, here you go. We're the ones that are complying with all of this. Like, I know that there's like theft of, and you know, different things, and that we're being fed lies, but there is a sense of thought process of thinking outside the box a bit to say, this is not good, this is bad, you know, like Nancy Reagan, this is your brain on drugs, and then she shows an egg frying in a pan. I think all our brains are just already cooked and scrambled, and Tatiana's dead. Tatiana's dead. Tatiana's dead. Isn't she beautiful? Ukraine will never forget your sacrifice. That's Tatiana. I wondered. Like, girls are in battle. Girls are in battle too. And, wait, I missed one. This is a building of prosecutor's office in Russian-occupied Donetsk. So the war's still raging on over there. And they're getting ready to go into another level of war over there. And it's going to be bad. But rest in peace, Tatiana. And here's another. She just got married too. This was Tatiana.
На могилі моїй посадіть молоду яворину і не плачте за мною, за мною.
That was Tatiana. Killed in battle against the Russian army despite her young age. She had just got married recently. Ukraine will never forget your sacrifice. That's my dog. Daisy snoring. French president for his recent statement that he wants Russia to be defeated in the war in Ukraine. Russia accuses Macron of duplicitous diplomacy toward Kremlin. Says Moscow still remembers Napoleon Bonaparte's fate. I'm having a weird deja vu right now with this picture and this story right here with Russia and Macron. I don't know why. It's weird though. They're all shaking hands and smiling, but I think they're all in on it together. There might be this group against this group, but they all want each other dead. And I know this one's fake news, but it's fun. Okay? It's fake, but it's fun. Okay? So, but we don't know what we're going to see with the blue beam. One more time. Boom! We're all dead. Russia's nuclear forces have started massive exercise. So the nukes could happen. This is just a, death wheel. The nukes have started being talked up, okay? So they have to find a way, because we're all waking up, to do something quickly, because already we got Marburg. And they started off saying it's like a 98% death rate. And then they went down to, it was 60 or something like that. Now it's like WHO's coming out saying 50. So is it like fake news then? Like, are We're going to be held responsible if we say the wrong number when they keep changing it in like a week, like 5 days, less than 5 days. They've changed it already twice. That, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then next May, in May of 2024, you won't have news anymore. I just want you to know that. You're not going to have news anymore. Not real news. Because they're going to make everything wrong to say. It's all classified. You know? Only the mainstream media will be allowed to say the narrative and the agenda. And you will hear nothing else. Because that's written already. But they'll connect it all with the pandemics. So anything you say, this right here, oh, these guys, if you say, hey, maybe one of them did the hokey pokey, off you go. No more news for you. No more telling people what's going on for you. You'll be out there just, you know, writing things down on a little piece of paper, handing it to somebody in the alley, saying, hey, follow the white rabbit, because I'm not allowed to say anything anymore. It's like, if you don't get the news now, you're gonna be like caught like just believing every single lie that's out there. You won't know what to believe if you don't realize what's actually going on. All of our kids' brains are turning to mush. They're going into cars, hanging out the sides of the doors, and spinning around in circles, flying out of the car, getting run over, and the cops are just watching. They're just watching. Because they're not allowed to do anything. Because if they try to stop it or whatever, they could get sued for, you should have just let them keep going. There's no right answers anymore. We're at checkmate on every level. It's all too messed up. Okay. Okay, you guys having a private conversation over here? Distilled water? Manufactured alkaline water? Alkaline? Alkaline's good for the big C word. Okay, here's one of North Korea's huge nuclear weapons that they can probably reach America with. And they're getting them ready. And they've had like three tests today. So this was 7 hours ago that they're... So what, we just get to watch and there's no stopping hypersonic missiles, right? So within 15 minutes, you could be dead. So you should just go ahead and repent, get on your knees, ask God to forgive you, humble yourself, and realize that we're just a tiny little teeny speck that God loves so much. He's got every hair on your head counted. He knows you. He knew you before you were in your mother's womb. And he's like, come home. You're going to come home. You're going to count for everything you said and everything you did. And if you did it for me, you're going to get a reward. If you didn't do it for me, you didn't do it out of love, then it's going to get burned up. And you'll get in by the skin of your teeth. But if you accept Jesus as Lord and Savior, yeah, you're going to get in by the skin of your teeth. So at least have that, and then practice loving. That's all any of us are ever doing, is just practicing loving each other. Some are better at it, and good on them. Because, man, patience and not holding a grudge and long suffering and like taking the servant attitude like Jesus did. He became a servant. He was like a slave, you know what I mean? For mankind. He became not a sinner, but like he became one of us. He was from up there and he came down here and he left his mansions that probably reach 1,400 miles to this top of heaven to come down here because he loves us that much. It's so simple. All we have to do is accept what he did for us on the cross. He paid the price for our sins, and everyone's so triggered about the name Jesus. I guess because it makes the demons tremble. And then the demons are like lying to people saying, oh, he wasn't real. He was just a man. He was just a prophet. He wasn't nothing. He didn't really create everything. Like, the devils are lying to people and they're believing the lie. When you look at creation, it says that there's no excuse. Creation is beautiful and it's so like structured. You know that there's a creator that made it because he's got his signature on it everywhere. Oh, quit preaching. It's really good to know him though. It's really good to know his names, like learn about who he is, like Abba Father. Like he is the one that, he's the protector. He's the defender. He's like the Holy Spirit will like convict people and bring you unmerited favor. Like, yeah, grace is unmerited favor that you get for salvation because you didn't earn it. And if you did earn it, then you'd boast about it. You're like, oh, God loves me more. That's why, I'm a, child of God because I do everything for him and I go to church and I keep the Sabbath and I blah, blah, blah. You're a sinner and you're only saved by grace, or you would boast. So everybody's bad. Only God is good. And Jesus is God. It's that simple. Okay, did you know that in New Zealand, which actually I am so glad. Hey, Theo. I'm so glad, actually, and there's segue. Phoenix was in the room a bit ago because I was worried about him because of the story right here. The death toll from Cyclone Gabrielle in New Zealand has climbed to 11 as thousands are missing a week after storm struck the country's North Island. So 6,431 people are missing in New Zealand. Has anybody heard about this cyclone? Gabrielle? I heard about Freddy. I'm naming it Freddy Krueger for Madagascar, but this was the monster right here. 6,400 people missing. All right, this was a thought that I had because, my conspiracy mind. But this guy, he's like, all my animals are fine. He's like, all my animals are fine, no problems. It's just false information. Dude, did you look out your window? I just need to check on this, make sure I'm still here. Said some pretty things. Alright. Everything causes cancer. Yeah, I heard there's like cancer in your body already, and that your body like takes care of a lot of that, but you need a lot of antioxidants. Like, oh my gosh, you guys gotta see this. Is this fake? I need to know if this is fake. Somebody tell me if this is fake news. I'm gonna make it big. So the first thing I noticed was this area right here is a lot darker, but that can be just the light situation. And I think it shows up right here. But I expect something like this during the Great Tribulation. So just watch, because it says like Satan fell like lightning, right? And then in the whirlwind, like there were like angels in the whirlwind in the Bible. All right, so get ready, like take a deep breath and watch real careful. That's fake, right? One more time. Did you see? It's like some sort of entity. Let me see if I can pause it on there for you. See? Like, this looks like an arm, a face, like ribs, pecs, a leg to the knee, leg, knee, leg. And then it kind of looks like there's like a wing or something. All right, I'll play it one more time for you. Pretty creepy, huh? That crazy? All right, I have another one that's really weird too. Let's see. CSIS documents reveal Chinese strategy to influence Canada's 2021 election. And Trudeau's just like, yeah.
Trudeau said that a panel monitoring the threat concluded it wouldn't have impacted election results. But after reading about the tactics detailed in the Globe story, this expert isn't convinced.
They're clearly doing it through human networks that are burrowing themselves into places of influence. And this is very concerning. This is, we've never seen anything like this.
The Globe and Mail reported China used its diplomats and their proxies to push Canadians into voting against the Conservatives.
They want to really hammer home comparisons with Trump, and that if the Conservatives got elected, they would restrict university students from coming from China, which would hurt these people's families' fortunes.
According to the Globe and Mail, China's then Consul General in Vancouver boasted of being responsible for 2 Conservative losses there, including former MP Kenny Chiu. Chiu had introduced a private member's bill to create a registry aimed at cracking down on foreign interference, and told CBC last year his loss could encourage China to interfere again.
It's like tasting the first political drop of blood, and they realize that they have an influence now.
This is the second significant intelligence leak since the fall. National security experts say that is unprecedented.
All the elections in the whole world, we're just all screwed as far as elections go. Unless we start at ground base, it's not going to work. See them pushing back the cops. Go away, cops. We're having our fun. And the cops are just complying because they can't take over, like, they can't help a mob. They can't stop a mob. And then the children are just going to start feeling empowered and be like, yeah, we need more gangs. We need more, like, pushing back cops, one thing, but like going after George Soros and all those, they're not going to do that. They're just like, they want to do what they want to do. And that's the mentality of this generation that we've got that's going to be in charge of all of us. You know, like the world's in the basket of hell. Okay, it's downward from here, all downward. And well, some ups. I mean, we'll have some victories, like, you know, they're still pulling people out of the rubble that we probably caused the earthquake. You know, America probably did that. Or not America as like the people of America, but like the military or whatever. Turkey wasn't complying. They were pushing back against the global agenda. But this was 278 hours later. And he survived multiple nights of freezing cold temperatures. They probably had like one of those heating blanket thingies on him, or, you know, you can hand somebody a little packet that's like this and like this little square and shove it under the rubble, and they could, you know, make their way to opening. Like, even if you're stuck, you could wiggle, push, you know, each little push and get that somehow over your body if you're still just stuck in there. Oh, the horror of being stuck like that for what, like 10, 11 days now? I don't know how long it's been. Look at this cutie pie. Oh my gosh, watch. Is that real? Did God make that? Oh my gosh. Is that a stingray? Is that what that is? Look at it. Tickle, tickle. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking cute. I had no idea it looked like that underneath.
How do you tickle a fish?
Oh my gosh. Isn't that great? Okay, it's gonna cost billions for New Zealand. And the death toll is gonna rise. I haven't seen like a bunch of footage from that though. Alright, it's so weird. Okay, this was from 10 hours ago. I had just bought the mocha one for my daughter. Like, probably 20. It was like yesterday, like early. Like it, and then I get home and I see this. I'm like, oh dang, I just fed my daughter some glass. There was glass found in some of these bottles. She would have noticed probably. But yeah, 300,000 were recalled. I'm not sure where the recalls were. But like if you got one of these, you probably have already drank them because they're that like addictive. I don't know where the list is. It's 12 bottles per case. I don't know. Just be careful if you got one of these that you don't get like drink a big hunk of glass or something, or just like throw it away. This guy was shot dead in his Los Angeles home. He was a priest. He was 69 years old. Well, I mean, you know, like, I can't, you know, maybe he was a pedophile or something. I don't know why he died. He's got a 4-bedroom house, 3-bathroom, $1 million home. And lived in Hacienda. But he's dead now. I forgot what his name was. I put it in the tags. And I'm not going to go look for you. This is going to happen this week. Or they're going to address the nation. So we got Biden's going to address the citizens of Russia and Putin. Putin's going to address the nations. And NATO, EU, and Ukraine are going to hold their first ever trilateral meeting. So I'll try to keep up with that. That is on the 21st. So, not tomorrow, but Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So we'll do something on Tuesday for sure. I mean, I'm saying for sure, but I'm not like committing to full on, okay? Because I don't have to, and that's the thing. Oh gosh, this girl. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I gotta go buy it. Kind of like, I can't play it, but I'm just gonna show it to you. Because she's, you know, bless her heart. Lord help her. Just get all those poisons out of her body in Jesus' name. Just like flush her body out, Lord, and help her to be healed in Jesus' name. I cannot stand suffering, and it makes me so angry what's happening to everybody. This is in Lebanon. They're setting the banks on fire because they're freezing people's accounts. They're not getting their money. They don't know what else to do, man. Just set it on fire, destroy it, yell. It's all they can do. And the people are in the bunkers. So, okay, if you need help, that you're not okay, everybody do this. This is the new signal. Okay, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Do that. I'm not okay. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people. Can we do that? I'm not okay. I'm not okay. How about this hand signal? I'm not okay. How about this? I'm not okay. It's pretty cool. I mean, I think I'm not sure, because like, what if a kid's just like being silly, like waving, or like they've seen somebody else do it, and then like this, and then you like all of a sudden all these cops just like take over your car, and they're like, and then like people take your kid out of the car, and they were like, she was doing this, you know, so I got her out of there. There's no real answer. I can see all these, what do you call it, the parrots, the mockingbird, all of the people in the media business, they're all going, you know, like that's gonna be like all over the news now. All right, everybody do it. Everybody do it. It's a trend. Come on, everybody join in. It's kind of creepy, honest. I'm just saying. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, if it catches on, then everybody will know. But then there's going to be circumstances that people just do it to be silly. And then you're freaking people out because of a hand signal, you know? I just meant, you know. I like sign language. It's fun. Like, if you're scared, this is scared. And you use your facial expressions. And if you're hungry, you go like that. And if you're really hungry, you just say it with your face. Like, ooh, like that. But if you go, ooh, like that, that's horny. So don't do that. I'm not joking. Look it up. That's horny. Or you can go like that. Like, but that's like a rhinoceros. But I might be wrong, so don't go around doing rhinoceros. Okay, that might be horny. Iran support for Palestine has inspired the Lebanese and Palestinians to push back the Israeli regime. We're on the precipice of something major happening in the world. It's either going to be Iran getting blown apart. It's already happening in Syria. They got like some Russians got blown up or something. There was like 5 dead or something like that, just in the past few days. I'm not allowed to talk about this. So when I say that, that is your signal to look at their screen. When I say, I can't talk about that, then like I can't. So, but it's incredible. It's like, I'm trying to make like a video with some of these clips, so I need them. So I'm not gonna like take them off of my list. So anyway, UK Prime Minister and US Vice President call the war in Ukraine a global war. So they know what they're doing. They know they're causing, and they're all for it. They're all for the depopulation. This document says that Epstein did work for the feds. Epstein has also provided information to the FBI as agreed upon. Case agent advised that no federal prosecution will occur in this matter as long as Epstein continues to uphold his agreement with the state of Florida. So he was working for the Fed. That's just proof right there. And it says child prostitution. So, he was probably, well, I'm not going to say what he probably was, because, you know, you see him with all the pictures of everybody. He had his own cloning place where there's probably hundreds of them. Hundreds of Epsteins out there. And they're probably still doing their same little job because they're a well-known commodity. I'm not sure. It might be that he's out there hundreds of times in cloned bodies. We don't know. But he did have facilities. Bill Gates has been buying up lots of farmland in the U.S. BlackRock owns... Oh yeah, I also heard that China is buying farmland next to military bases in the U.S. Did you guys hear that? All three railroad companies that derailed, all are owned by BlackRock. I mean, you know, take what you want from it. That's the facts. This little girl is putting Greta Thunberg to shame.
Recognition zones. Let's say my friend lives in zone 3 and I'm in zone 1. If, for example, I went to my friend's house in zone 3, my parents normally come and pick me up in their car. It only takes 10 minutes. So does that mean that they would have to go round the ring road and back into town again? If my mum or dad had to drive round the ring road, it would take 30 minutes, causing much more pollution and leaving a much bigger carbon footprint. They will say, you can walk home. Would that be safe for me to walk home? Me as a 12-year-old walking home in the dark alone. Is that really going to be safe? Then they will say, oh, don't worry about that. We've already thought of that. You'll be safe. We will have 1,000 cameras on the streets following you and tracking you all the way home. Oh, just remember, it's for your safety. What? Are you serious? Do you really think I want to be watched every second of the day? Are you serious? Thousands...
Pastor Paul Bailey, she's taking your phrase there. Are you... What? Are you serious?
...of cameras tracking my every move until I get home. At this point, I have to ask, is my safety that important to me that I want to be followed by cameras all the way home? Or do I prefer to have freedom than privacy? For your information, I still wouldn't feel safe. No amount of cameras is going to stop someone who wants to attack me. I want to be safe, but not to the extent that I am prepared to give up my freedom and my privacy to have it. As a 12-year-old, I am really concerned about my future. And to Klaus Schwab, I say this. How dare you! How dare you steal my childhood and my future! And the future of all children by enslaving us in your crazy digital surveillance prison. We all know where this is leading. These are the first steps of a dystopian reality called 15-minute neighborhoods. From a small seed, a huge tree can grow. Climate change is being used to control us, to nudge us in the direction the greedy people want us to go. The truth is that the greedy people want total control over everything we do, everything we think, and everything we say. Our government...
Isn't that great? I wanted to hear more. She was just like on it, man. Whoever wrote her speech, or if she wrote that herself. Okay, now we're talking. Let's get these children educated to what's really going on. That's the answer, right? And then this guy's trying to wake up the lefties.
So, refugees welcome, the perfect people. Folks, I'm just wondering, you're part of this organization? You're a part of this organization, yeah? I'm just wondering, I have a sign-up form. I'm just wondering, would you like to sign up? It's to have unvetted male migrants in your own home. Would you like to sign up? Sir?
I'm not in a position.
You're not in a position. So who would you suppose would house them then? Would anyone like to house unvetted male migrants in their home? One person? Anyone? I have a sign-up form. They're welcome. I don't have a house. There's a housing crisis. Who would like to house an unvetted male migrant in their home? Anyone? No one. My God. Absolutely no one. Zero. I literally have a sign-up form right here. So where do we house them? Where do we house them? It's a complex issue, just once you understand, but absolutely no one is going to house any of them in their home, unvetted male migrants. I'm just saying.
You're a fucking clown.
Okay, would you want to house male migrants in your home? Unvetted male migrants? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm just asking a question. I don't have a home. I'm not racist. I welcome refugees. Just where do we put them? That's all. Where do we put them? So, standing here outside the Garden of Remembrance and not one person I can get to sign up to have unvetted male economic migrants in their home. Not one. Point proven, folks. Thank you. Well, there you go, folks. That's what they're all about, the left. No one can answer the hard to answer questions. So, over and out for now.
That was cool. There's a lot of protests going on in the world, okay? And I was watching a video earlier. This lady, maybe I've kept a clip of it. Let's see. I think I have a clip of it. If I can get to it quickly, then. Oh, I have it somewhere. I don't see it. This lady was talking, and she was saying we are in, I want to say 85 to be on the low side, but it might have been 385 countries at war right now. There's so many wars going on in the world. It's not just Ukraine or Nigeria or, these little protests. We're at war with at least 85 countries. Countries, not cities, not 85 countries. I wish I could find it right this second so I could play it for you. But it was at Washington today. Washington, they were having a meeting. All right, let's see. And it was 45 minutes long, so I did a little clip. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try to upload it later so that you can hear it, because I just had no idea. But that's what they're keeping from us. They're keeping from us all these wars that they're in, and how they're using all our tax money not to fix streets, but to blow up other countries' streets and cause chaos and destruction. Steal, kill, destroy. That's Satan's plan. All right, so this is going on in Paris. Okay. Also, there was a meteor, so they say, over Paris just in the past day or two. And then this is going on in Nigeria. This I showed the other day, but this lady, she's scared for her life, so it must have escalated.
Experienced this kind of thing before. Police are shooting everywhere.
Police
I'm under a car right now.
Police are shooting everywhere.
I don't want to die. God, what's happening in this country? Please, everybody stay in your house.
I don't understand what she's saying. She's crying out to God, though. I think. A lot of people cry out to God in the last minute, but it's just, if you don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God, that he died for you on the cross, that you paid for your sins, and you humble yourself and say, God, please forgive me of my sins. I don't deserve, this unmerited favor that you've given me. I submit my life to you. I give you my life. I just give you what you already created. I give you my free will. Like, just repent. Then, like, if in a scared situation like this, and you just go, oh God, and you say, oh, I cried out to you, God, in my desperate hour, but you weren't choosing him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, take time and just go ahead and choose him, because he's chose us all. He doesn't want anyone to perish. They're denouncing the pesticides in Paris. So all the farmers are like, screw your pesticides. We don't want poison anymore. And they're, like, your social credit score is going to go way down. This is a bunch of bugs and crap, like meat and stuff from weird animals that they found at an airport in Paris. So they confiscated it all. I don't know if they're eating bats and stuff like that, but that's probably the narrative that they want you to think about, because if people are eating weird stuff, they might be getting weird diseases, which they've been creating these weird diseases that they gotta make some sort of reason why everyone's getting sick. But this is like from monkey heads to bats and pangolin. Maybe that's penguin and the spell check thing, or I don't know. Pangolin, I've never heard of pangolin. Okay, did you guys know that the train was on fire for 20 miles? No one noticed that it was on fire for 20 whole miles? Okay, from a bearing failure? That's how it first, came apart or whatever. And then there was another chemical fire outside Boston. This was yesterday. And I really like this character. This guy, Patrick Humphrey. He's, he does the news really good. I like it. Riots and looting. Over 1 million people take to the streets. This was in Paris. 1 million people in the streets. So they're keeping it from people. Silencing the media. Like, there's barely anything. This is like a Telegram thing, letting you know. So unless you have Telegram or something like that, you're not hearing what's really going on. Or someone using code words on YouTube because you can't have free speech. That's the problem. That's why everybody pretty much has left YouTube, because they keep silencing everybody. And it's going to keep happening with all these platforms, because in the future you will be hive mind. You'll all think the same way. Or you will, you'll get shamed, or you'll get less credits, or you get punished, because we really are all slaves. I'd rather be a slave to Christ and be free in Christ by being his slave than to be a slave of the world and love the world and what the world has to offer and think about the world all the time. My mind's on heaven like at least half the time. I'm thinking about heaven. I'm thinking, like, there's this thing I'm going to show you in a second of New Jerusalem. They're thinking, let's put the New Jerusalem here. We can create a big cube, 1,400 miles long, 1,400 miles high, put people in these box cities of whatever. But the heaven, when it comes down, I think what it is multi-dimensional. So it'll be like Star Trek, the the hologram room or whatever. Like, you go in there and you can go into that dimension and you can go into that portal, into that world. And heaven's going to be like the most fantastical place ever. And only the redeemed will get to go into the New Jerusalem, okay? The 1,400 mile square area. So that's for the children of God. The people on earth in their regular bodies, they don't get to go on the highway of holiness. So that tells me there's probably a highway of holiness that goes like the Wizard of Oz. You have to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz, and you're going down the gold street, and the flowers are everywhere, the poppy fields or whatever, and only the redeemed get to go on that. And I think it's crocuses that are lined along the sides of it, along the path, and because it says Rose of Sharon, I think, but in the Hebrew it's crocuses, which they're so beautiful. I have some crocuses I need to plant, but I got to move the chickens to the backyard, and I'm just blah, 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 because I drank my Jesus and coffee. When you got Jesus and coffee, you're on a spiritual high. So these migrants, listen, like, okay, they're just gonna talk in Arabic. So I need an interpreter. I'm just going to turn it down. You can hear the blah, 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 okay? But what they're saying, they're threatening Le Pen in France, and they're saying, we are here to stay, and we are going to rape all the white women of Europe, and we're going to behead all the men. And we captured Europe. It is ours now. Belongs to us. And they got, Muslims from the 1040 window that they have, the governments have gone into this area where it's like 99% Muslims everywhere, where they teach these men to behead people for, saying something bad against their Muhammad. I almost said something bad against their Muhammad. So, and then these countries that accept these people in, they're just like, welcome in, welcome in. It's like when Trump was talking about the snake, and how they're like, oh, little snake, I'm going to take care of you. And the snake, like, poisons the woman. And then the snake's like, I told you I was a snake, I told you I was going to kill you. That's what these guys are saying. We're going to behead all the men. We're going to rape their women. We own Europe now. We're here. And then that's what the globalists are doing with all these people from these third world countries that are mostly Muslim, is they're dispersing them to the rest of the world to capture these countries, the West, basically. And then like in Iran, I think it is, well, I mean, maybe all of them think that the United States is the great Satan, and then Israel's the little Satan. I mean, all of that is biblical. Their flag, the colors of the flag, the green, the white, those are colors of the horsemen, actually. The red horse, the green, the pale is green. And then the black horse, and they got black in their flag. Just saying, like, there's and then they got their Mahdi, and they got when Jesus comes back, they're gonna have Jesus say, which he'll be like, maybe like the false prophet, or maybe the Antichrist. I'm not sure in their religion how that works. I've got a paper on it, but anyway, they're gonna say like Jesus, he'll admit, and he'll say, I'm here, but I never died, or I died. I don't know. They're like, he lied or something. I don't know. It's too complicated. this is the meteor that was over Paris. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Paris right now. But that just could be, it could be something they put up there that came down. I'm just saying, I think a lot of these asteroids are like that. Here's another one. A million people protesting in Paris. Eventually, you know, this war from within, it's going to keep spreading. And there's going to be like a tipping point. And all you really got to do is like in where they were like for setting the banks on fire in Lebanon, like take away people's funds. And they are going to bring down the economy. It's happening right now. It's just like a slow process. And they're, you know, all this poisoning of the air is going to, like, most animals are outside. They're not inside. So they're going to take care of a lot of the animals by putting pressure on the farms, you know, making them comply or whatever. You know, there's so many ways. Bill Gates is buying up all the farms. Do you think it's so he can grow you food and make cow milk for you? No. So that he can control the amount that you get and your rations, because he's going to make you a slave. And I know they're just like all sitting back laughing like little demons about all this stuff. But like the choice of, there's enough room in the world for so much more population than what they're saying. And I think they're breaking into the bank there. It says, their essence lies in a protest against Macron's scandalous pension reform, which plans to gradually increase the retirement age from 62 to 64 by 2030. So in China, too, they're taking away their health benefits for the elderly people. And a lot of people are sick now. And it's going to continue to get worse because cancer's on the rise, myocarditis, herpes, all these things are on the rise because of, I'm just, you know, I don't know, like some reason. And there's just like this huge spike in heart attacks. This is the media blackout in Paris. So you're not hearing about this on the news. Like all this is like media that they have blocked in Paris. So, I mean, if you know anybody in Paris, there's like 1 million people. This one says 500,000. So whichever. 500,000's a freaking lot of people. I'll go with 500,000 then. Someone shot themselves. I have to be careful because it's graphic. The guy like gets shot. He falls down from a balcony. But just one shot from a gun caused everyone to just run. Because of all the massacres that have happened. And like they don't, you know. I think that's what got me looking at these protests again. Because, you know, I'd see one or two, and then I'd be like, okay, so there's a few people. I didn't know it was 1 million. It says that when you travel, the world's biggest travel charter operator in booking has advised its customers to take caution if they're going to Paris. So all the travel agencies, or at least, you know, one of the top ones, is like warning people. I I think this was because of that guy, you know, the gunshot. Here's another one. But, I mean, it just looks apocalyptic, doesn't it? Let's see. Panic after sound of explosion in a mall. Okay, I'm like scared of it. Okay. I just have to be careful when I find it. Okay, it's just basically somebody getting shot in the head and then falling off the balcony. Alright, this is Turkey. The firefighters found $2 million in the wreckage. So they're bagging it up, and anybody that's, if it's yours, you might want to like say, hey, I got $2 million in there. Can I get a chunk of that? I'll tell you what, if we really did do something to cause that earthquake, and they can prove it, there goes all the rest of our tax money. I'm just saying they're sending our tax money to Ukraine right now to help people with their troubles. Not just for weapons, but like even like charity money to give them income. Like I didn't think they were part of NATO. I mean, what happens when NATO gets involved in all this? Well, it already is, but I'm just saying officially, when NATO gets involved, the rest of whatever's left is going to go straight into more weapons and everything, and they're just going to keep sucking us all dry. Just get ready for that. Like, whatever you got to do, get you some chickens, get you some chicken food, get you a worm bucket so you can feed the chickens when there isn't any chicken food. I gotta do that. I gotta get like a big trash can or something and like have like a little worm farm, or like I heard you can take a pipe and like put it in the ground and like bang on the pipe and all the worms will like come up out of the pipe, and then you can just like put the like gather them. Like I need to know how to do that, because like what if we run out of chicken food? I mean, they can eat bugs and they can eat grass and stuff like that, but if it's winter, there's no real grass. And then there's other gross things that they can eat. I don't want to die. In a way, I don't want to die. Alright, so 13 people were killed and 7 others were injured in an Israeli missile attack in Damascus. So people are already like saying Damascus will become a ruinous heap again. It pretty much is. So, but they haven't gone after the palaces yet. And there is something about the palaces in the Bible. This is proving that George Soros really didn't endorse Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump for 2024. But he sounds like an old frog and I'm not playing him. We already played something about that. You guys doing okay over there? Cabo, Mexico. Oh man, don't go to Paris. Forgot what the machine is called. It's not HARP. It's on the Guy Martin Brodel channel. Oh, are you talking about the weather weapons? I know what you're talking about. I can never think of that either, KK. It's like it causes these ripples in the clouds. Like, I forget the name of it also. If you find out, tell me, because I keep finding like I can't hold that in my head. Just go look on Mike Morales' channel. He says it like every night. And he shows you where all these weather weapons are. It's a thing. People should realize we are under attack. They're going to make hail balls the size of cement bags, like 70, 80 pound hail balls. So they got to get all this cooking. up there with the chemicals, their witch's brew, their pharmakia, their chemicals. Get it? We're all being messed with. And it's satanic. Jimmy Carter is in hospice right now. So he could die at any time. Just be like, when you see it on the news, just realize, like, yep, he was in hospice. Jimmy Carter's about to go. Okay, now this. See, and I took a picture too. Of course, they're pretty far. No, he's on a ladder. I don't know. There was 2 pictures. One of them was this huge thing, and then there was one that was like not that big, and they were saying it was like the same picture. So the size of this could be fake news, is what I'm trying to say. But they did find a woolly mammoth back in 2015, and I thought it was very interesting. And there was like a video on it. Where are my videos? Why can't I find the videos? Is this the picture? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So this is supposed to be the same deal right here. Oh, come on. All right. Get this out of my face. Here. Now, can I move it, please? Can I just move it? I want to move it next to that. Okay, there we go. That is supposed to be that. Now, you tell me. That. Is it because he's in the distance? But he's got a ladder right here. But I was like, dang, that looks a lot freaking smaller. But that's supposed to be the same animal. Anyway, they found a woolly mammoth husks in Michigan in 2015. And I know they were trying to bring back to life some of this stuff because they got the DNA. And I just thought that was interesting. All right, here's the one where I don't know if this is real, but this is like a. I hope I can make it. Can I make it any bigger? I might just make it all the way big so you can see it. So it could be fake, maybe not, I don't know. But they do have military stuff. I'll play it one more time on here because of the chat. You might not have been able to see it come in. What was that frequency? And oh, this got to me to thinking. You guys call me conspiracy theorist. I don't care. It's critical thinking. It's the same letters, C, T. Okay? So critical think this. If they have the ability to do the frequency thing, then could they do that on the computer? Like, if I play this, oh, here's Project Bluebeam with the White House. And they're like, everybody who hears this frequency inside the you know, is a code word to MK Ultra U or something. Could they do that? Do I need to unplug? Maybe I need to unplug. I know I need to follow the white rabbit. Look, this guy's got a white rabbit for icon. Vega star. So anyway, I think that's fake news. The Asbury revival in Kentucky is still going. So that's good to know. I think it's still going. I mean, that's what she's lying at 9 p.m. at night for Asbury revival in freezing weather. Oh, there's a big line? Is there? Is there a big line? Nobody can get in?
Okay, guys, update. It's 9 o'clock at night. There are still people waiting to get inside at this revival. 9 o'clock at night. It's amazing. Preaching still going on. And there are lines of people with blankets. It was freezing earlier. 9 o'clock at night. They're gathered out here, worshiping Jesus. Right here. They got heaters going. Oh my goodness. 9 o'clock at night. Unbelievable. More people just keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. I can't even believe this.
Oh, wow.
See, the Salvation Army went and got these heaters and they rented them. They told me they spent $6,000 to rent these heaters just so people weren't cold out here. Salvation Army, on their own, not even the host of the revival. The Salvation Army did that. Guys, look at this.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at them all.
Look, I'm telling you right now, if you want to come to this, you need to show up really, really early.
You could have church
really
out
early.
there in the parking lot.
I'm going to show you.
Praying for people.
It's 9 o'clock at night. When most people say, I'm done with church, it's late, I got to get up. I'm tired. These are the people that haven't got in yet. 9 o'clock at night. Guys, I don't even know what to tell you. And not because there's healings once again. Not because there's outpourings of prophecy. Not because there's manifestations of glory. Because people want to worship and don't want to quit. And other people want to be a part of that.
Well, if they wanted to worship, why aren't they singing?
9 o'clock at night. This ends at, they're shutting down the hall at 1. And these people are standing in line for hours just to have an encounter. Look, see the heaters that Salvation Army provided? I don't even know what to say. I showed you earlier.
People.
There's more people.
Gosh, look at that.
I don't even know.
They need to do something outside and just like get everybody
I don't even know what to make of this.
Can you imagine the change in the atmosphere?
There's thousands of people outside waiting to get in at night. The line is around.
So, is there like a noise ordinance when you're on a college campus? Can you sing outside? Like, just start singing, man. They can't stop you from singing a song. Just do it.
The corner, it looks like. Looks like it ends over there.
Way over there.
Unbelievable.
That's incredible. Look at that, you guys. That's awesome. Oh, I lost my place. That's okay. It was worth it, right? That I lost my place. Keep going. Keep going. How long have I been going on? How long is my stream? Can somebody look? Because I don't want to go past like more than 2 hours. That's a pretty long time for you guys to have an attention span. If you're like me, it's like a goldfish brain. What's in Asbury? It's a church. It's on fire for the Lord. And it's like a college, like a church at a college, I think. And they're just like worshiping the Lord and, you know, just hungry for Jesus, more of Jesus. We need more of that going on. And people are saying like, oh, it's gonna like spread, like other churches are gonna start having revivals. And I mean, about 2 years ago, I was like, Lord, like if you could just heal me for like the last 6 months that's coming up. That was my request. Like, just heal me before you return. Like, even if I have like 6 months to not be in pain, you know, just do that. Like, even if it's just for a short amount of time. Can you believe it? Like, if that if that, like, miracles just started, I'd drive up there. If I got healed, I'd be like, let's go. Let's go get in the middle of it. If people are getting healed up there, like, I'll take my broken butt up there and, you know, get a healing and, like, be able to do something for the last 6 months before Jesus returns. I think he's coming this year. So if revivals and healings start breaking out, I would be all over that. Like, I want to be right in the middle of it. Perry Stone used to say that. Like, I want to be right in the middle of it when it's all breaking out. If there's like a revival, that would be awesome. I want to see people get healed. Having that one baby healed in front of my eyes, its little eyes were healed. I could watch that like all night long. You know, people get healed. I believe in healings. I believe in the miracles of God, that he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So, New Zealand braces for a third storm in 3 weeks. They're stuck in a loop of cyclones and storms. That's not good. So there's like thousands of people missing. That's okay. I do have something here.
300 rescues in the space of a day, 60 from a single roof. But still, so many more to find, with 1,400 New Zealanders officially listed as uncontactable. Then, at least 4 killed, including a volunteer firefighter here, checking a flooded home when a landslide suddenly hit.
That's just an absolute tragedy that's going to hurt a lot of people.
Dave Van Schwanenberg, a father of 2, pilot and vet. Another of those killed, a child caught in rising waters.
And we've got some good friends that are, not doing well at all.
Another woman died in a Hawke's Bay landslide. Another body found washed up north of Napier.
The grief of their families and loved ones will be unimaginable.
10,000 people displaced, 3,000 in shelters. Water supplies contaminated, food being flown in, an emergency barbecue is being set up for thousands.
They will keep cooking into the night until either they run out of people to feed or they run out of food.
Heartbreak for travellers too, turned back from Australia.
We were 40 minutes away from Auckland and they turned us around.
As Cyclone Gabriel now moves east of New Zealand, it leaves billions of dollars in damages. This is just one state highway in the Coromandel.
Are we stretched? Yes, for sure. It's a big event for New Zealand.
One rescue offshore, a catamaran breaking anchor, the skipper needing a high seas evacuation. Then there were the animals, everywhere stranded. This horse, capturing national attention when it was trapped on a roof, died when the structure collapsed. But here, a lucky reunion. But it's not over yet for New Zealand. Wellington hit late today by a 6.1 magnitude earthquake. Chris Reason, 7 News.
Oh dear. We gotta pray for New Zealand, you guys. Lord, be with those people and all those who lost their animals. I think X misses Rocky. He just gave me a big yawn. Kitty. Alright, death toll rises. Thousands are still missing. Does anybody know how long I've been live? I'm referring to the left being the devil. Yes. Those demon crats. Oh, here's that city. Here it is. Here it is. There'll be no pain.
Introducing the new horizon for Riyadh. A new icon. The Mukaab. The world's first immersive experiential destination.
Make it big.
A gateway to another.
Let me make it big. Oh, quit that, X. His little foot's like broken. He's got like a gay arm now because it healed back crooked. So he can't retract his nails. So when he puts his paw on you, like it'll get stuck in the blanket or get stuck in your skin. And then he just like, he puts his hand on you and then he just like rakes it and it scratches. Yes, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Show him your broken arm. See? You see his broken arm? You're a good kitty. Yeah, yes. You good boy. Okay, go over there and lay down. Stop scratching me. Okay, let's watch this. Ooh, look, it's got the triangle thing all over it. That's like the little boy, like they love little boys. Isn't that the sign for that?
Introducing the new horizon for Riyadh, a new icon, the Mukaab, the world's first immersive experiential destination. A gateway to another world. Step inside and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. At a scale that's unprecedented. Big enough to hold 20 Empire State Buildings. Where you and those around you enter a new reality, transporting you to Mars one day and magical worlds the next. Where your retail experience is completely reimagined. And hospitality, leisure, and entertainment reach new levels, all in breathtaking, ever-changing environments. This is the new face of Riyadh. Experience a new horizon.
What do you think of that? Counterfeit New Jerusalem. You know, they try to twist everything God does. So, like, they're still pulling people out of this rubble. A woman and 3 children in there. Samir was taken to the hospital with his wife and son, who were also found buried under the apartment building. His son later died. So sad. The earthquake which hit Turkey and Syria this month is the deadliest disaster in Turkey's history. I wonder if it's up to 50,000. You know, I hate checking on it. I'm just wondering if the Lord told me that. Because, like, the day one when I heard it, and I only seen, like, you know, a few videos from it, I was like, I bet you 50,000 people are dead. I just wonder if the Lord was, like, preparing my mind. Turkey death toll. 47. It's almost 250. Oh, it says almost 47. That was 4 hours ago. That happened on... Oh, wait. I guess the 6th? Was that the 6th? So, yeah, I just want to tweet that. It's almost at 47. Unconscionable is the word that comes to mind. Okay, here's the social credit thing. It's like shaming people. Like, so if your score goes down or you're like a bad scorer with that, they make you famous, but it's in a bad way. It's like a shame to be on the screen. There's a couple of them. Millions of Chinese people cannot take trains and planes anymore because their social credit score's too low. Okay, there was another one though. I want to see. Let me look. Israel hits several residential buildings. Damascus. Haven't you guys ever seen oil on the road in Canada? Come on. They're blaming this on Palestine. Like, you've never seen water mixed with oil on the road? Come on. And then this girl, she has a rash. She's blaming it on the Palestine thing, which I don't know. Maybe it's true. I don't know. Tucker Carlson just destroyed the World Economic Forum. Yeah, but it's 10 minutes long. I mean, I sure want to hear you.
And of course, it was the WEF that predicted the COVID lockdowns would, quote, quietly improve cities, not turn them into ominous hellscapes of unemployment, drug addiction, and crime. It seemed like a good plan at the time. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's prevent people from working. That'll make them rich. It'll quietly improve life for everyone. That's the World Economic Forum for you. The WEF is often described as a group of supervillains, but they're also hilariously idiotic. Not just evil, buffoonish. And by the way, they know it. They're smart enough to be embarrassed anyway.
Look at his outfit.
The WEF has since deleted its tweet about COVID lockdowns. It has memory holed its promotion of scammer Sam Bankman-Fried. It has conveniently forgotten all about its guidance on Sri Lankan fertilizer, on which it turns out the WEF is not an expert. None of that ever happened. The slate is clean. So we're ready for yet another World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland, which is underway right now. The event kicked off this week with 84-year-old Klaus Schwab, he's the founder of the WEF, promising to, quote, master the future.
We couldn't meet at a more challenging time. We are confronted with so many crises simultaneously. What does it need to master the future? I think to have a platform where all stakeholders of global society are engaged.
We must master the future. Master the future. So mastering the future is now the top item on the to-do list at the World Economic Forum this year. That's the first clue. These people are not living the same life you are. By the end of this week, you hope to find some time to get an oil change or maybe pick up some dandruff shampoo at Rite Aid. At the World Economic Forum, they plan to master the future. That's the kind of people they are. How are they going to do it, by the way? Well, they're going to do it with John Kerry, who, despite physical appearances, is still alive. Kerry will be 80 years old this year, so it goes without saying that if he's going to master the future, he'd better hurry. Thankfully, he's got a plan. Watch.
It's pretty extraordinary that we, select group of human beings, because of whatever touched us at some point in our lives, are able to sit in a room and come together and actually talk about saving the planet. I mean, it's...
You have to listen with, like, the ears of opposite on. So it's depopulate the planet and kill humanity, not save humanity, okay? We already know, like, what you're gonna say. These people, like, there's nothing creative or new or hopeful, or they just use the same words that they know it's the opposite. So it's to break you. It's demoralizing you. It's throwing things in your face, like at the Super Bowl. The blood and the, oh gosh, yeah, let's move on. Let's
me. The window? What's up, man? Pal? What's up, man?
Hey, listen. Next time you come in here, you gotta have the proper mask on. N95, right?
Hey, Sherelle, it sounds like Hayes.
Hello, Pot. I'm Kettle.
Huh?
Nothing. What do you...
He said, hello, Pot. I'm Kettle.
God,
You just can't have you coming in here with that mask on. Next time I'm not gonna let you in.
All right. I just wanted to get some donuts, man.
What's that?
Just wanted to get some donuts.
Yeah, I didn't ask you that, dude. I'm just doing my job.
Right. Do you let you eat for free in there?
What's that?
Do they let you eat for free in there?
Yeah, they do.
I can tell.
Huh? You think it's fucking funny?
No, man.
It's fucking funny?
No, I just don't understand why there's a extension cord holding up your gun belt. Or why do you...
Listen.
What?
How about I fucking smack you in the face with my gun, huh?
That's... Yeah, I just, You know I'm recording you.
What?
I'm recording you.
That's what I thought.
I was kidding anyway.
Yeah, all right.
No, I want you to delete that.
No. I'm good.
Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Yeah, here's the other, like it's a whole billboard with your social credit score on it. So they're like making people famous, but in a bad way. Shaming them. This person can't ride the train. That person can't get on a bus. No, you don't even get to have a bicycle. We're going to take your bicycle away from you. You don't get to eat popcorn. You don't get to eat pizza. No, we take that away from you. Send you to the Uyghur camp. Take your organs. Alright, here's another blue beam thing. Well, you tell me if this is real. I don't know. Look
how beautiful it is out there. Look.
All I know is these fake things are they're probably fake. And blue beams.
So gorgeous.
It's probably, you know, just fake or blue beams, but they can put fake things up there for you to get used to seeing, and you know, like strange signs and fearful sights. Now they're saying this is Chinese bird drones. See if we can get a good look at any of them. They look like birds to me. Could they be bird drones? I don't know. But why, if they're not drones, do they release birds like this? So, I don't know. It's just showing you things I'm looking at. Arrests have been made for massive voter fraud. This was an hour-long thing I'm not going to play. But San Joaquin. So I don't know. Is that Mexico? Or I don't know. He's got an American flag over here. San Joaquin. Let's see if we can find that. Because I'm just curious if they've arrested people. San Joaquin Valley, California. Huh. That's interesting. So, you know.
Councilman Shakir Khan, that he's been going to court through, that you all know about, and also by our private citizens here in San Joaquin County who have been concerned over our election process here in our county and in our state.
Massive voter fraud, okay? So it's like an hour long. All right, now this guy, he is telling you, it's Tedros. It's Tedros. Now, I definitely have a Tedros. Oh, come on. I gotta find where I put my gifts. Let's see. I made one for Discord. So I know where to find that one. Let me show you my GIF of Tedros. I got a Tedros gift. I have a Tedros gift. There's the Tedros gift. See him in his cute little shorts and his little tanky top, his little purple tank top. And Mr. Creation says, hello everyone. We're not planning anything evil. But this guy is. Tedros is. Can I make him big? Aww. Can't make him big. Oh well. That's my Tedros gift. I like making gifts. That's fun. So Ebola is where you bleed out of every orifice. Marburg is something like that. And it started off 98% death rate. Then they were saying like 70 or 60 something. And now this guy's saying 50. So we got to go with what this guy says because he's our guardian.
Equatorial Guinea. On Monday, confirmed an outbreak of Marburg virus disease in 2 districts near the borders with Cameroon and Gabon. Marburg,
Africa. Okay.
An outbreak of Marburg virus disease in 2 districts near the borders with Cameroon and Gabon.
See, that was February 15th, so it was 4 days ago. There was 25 people that have it. So if the death rate is 50%, then half of 25 people are dead right now.
Gabon. Marburg belongs to the same family of viruses as Ebola, causes similar symptoms, transmits between humans the same way, and like Ebola, has a very high fatality ratio. So far, 9 deaths have been reported in people with symptoms consistent with Marburg, and 1 tested positive for the virus. The other 8 deaths are considered suspected cases because they had similar symptoms and were most likely part of the same transmission chain. But Marburg could not be confirmed because samples could not be obtained. 16 suspected cases have been admitted to health facilities with mild symptoms, and 21 contacts are being monitored at home. WHO is supporting the government to respond to the outbreak by deploying experts in epidemiology, clinical care, risk communication, community engagement, and infection prevention and control. We're also helping to establish diagnostic capacity for Marburg, and we have chartered flights to send medical supplies and personal protective equipment. There are currently no approved vaccines or treatments for Marburg virus disease, and few are in development. WHO convened a consultation of the Marburg virus vaccine and therapeutics consortium, which includes developers and experts from around the world. Any decision on trials of vaccines and therapeutics will be made by national authorities and researchers in Equatorial Guinea.
In Guinea? Okay, so we're all gonna die. Did you see what's happening with all the deer across the nation? They have all those weird bumps all over them. They're not edible for hunters. That's not fun for emasculating men. Hey, Apple. Sorry, Apple. I just now see you there. The neighbors telling each other over there. Aw, that's too bad. Everybody's becoming a narc. Snitches get stitches, right? Fake fish in the ocean that mimics the movements, and then they use that to smuggle. So yeah, they got drone birds. I've seen the drone birds, but that was quite a few birds. So maybe they're like the Bill Gates mosquitoes and some weird scientific experiment. Oh man, the mosquitoes. I think what I'm going to end up doing with the mosquitoes, because I love working in the garden and being outside, I'm going to have to get I'll just get a suit. And maybe I'll just go ahead and break down and get a bee suit. Then I can wear my bee suit in the garden. I mean, I don't know. That might be kind of hot, though. I have to just get a net. Like, wear a net over myself. Like, have a net suit. Do they make net suits? Gene-edited insects. How CRISPR could help save crops from devastation caused by pests. So, now they're going to change the makeup of what insects are. So, just like the mosquitoes, but with all bugs. They're just playing God, right? Here is the airport at Damascus. When are we going to start seeing like laser weapon wars? Or are we already? This is the Mason Lodges in Ohio. Look at them all. It's like a virus. Wonder what it's like or in Tennessee. How many Mason Lodges? Like, how did they come up with this? Grand Lodge of Ohio. Ohio Grandview Systems. I'd like to know how many's in Tennessee. Alright, the medics arrive in Turkey. 80,000 people are still sleeping outside in negative 8°C temperature. Oh, here's that nasty hazardous thing. This was in Tucson.
That's just overturned in Tucson, Arizona. Combine that with about 3 train derailments in the last week alone, and all of which seem to contain hazardous materials and chemicals. The one that derailed in South Carolina seemed to contain what they're calling the scale disaster. Million people who live in the Ohio basin. There are now skyrocketing pet deaths, animal and fish deaths, up to 100 miles away from the derailment fire. And people are now being advised to get test kits for their drinking water.
It is. It's going downhill. Like, they're having to admit to more. And then other people are saying, do you think this was for a land grab? And then some people are like, my pets are fine. You guys are spreading fake news. No, I really think that they had bad chemicals in there. I do believe what they said about the bad chemicals. Brazil skeptic Bolsonaro, and I can't say the V word. It says he got the shot. As many times as they've tried to shoot this man, and then did they shoot him? Was something? I'm just asking, because he won, but then he didn't win. And Luna got it. Luna got the presidential. So, okay, this was 53 people died in Syria from an Islamic attack. I didn't even hear about this one other than this right here. I just kind of happened across this one. So there was an Islamic attack, a terrorist attack. 53 people are dead. Another one in the earthquake rubble. This was, oh, look at this guy. He's so creepy looking. Like, I don't, if my face changes to something like this, or it's all cartoony, it's not me. Okay? I'll never do that. Okay? I don't care how ugly I get, or if every tooth in my head falls out, and you guys have to listen to me talking like that, then you're never going to get Cartoon Christy. Okay? I'm not going to turn into an AI. I'm not going to have a green screen. So, this was a place in Italy. Anyway, this guy looks so weird. I want you to see him.
All right, well, welcome back to Looking Glass. So I wanted to throw out this, looks like breaking news here. This is over there in Italy. It's a company called Coady. Forgive me for the pronunciation. It's the 4th generation family business. This is another plant that is throwing out this obviously it's not good type of plume You know, not that you had them in Ohio, all these other places in the States. Then you have them happening worldwide. But let's look a little bit more further. Guess what this place does? It's dedicated to processing salami, cooked ham, speck, bacon, and other deli products. And in order to have the maximum warranty of the supply chain and product quality, the company has created a facility dedicated to processing and deboning of fresh pork.
Okay, so it's a food processing plant. It's up in flames. That's another one added to the list of over 300 now. So we're in like at least 85 countries with doing war. And then there's also this type of war that's going on. You can say that's a conspiracy if you want to. But the fact is, food processing plants are going bye-bye. And it's not good, man. Like, there goes all the food. And then you got these rich people buying up the farmland, and you're not going to get your food, because they're not going to grow it for you. They're just buying the farmland so they can put their mansions on it or something. They're not going to grow a farm. Ugh. That looks like a grapevine right here. These are grapes. These are grapevines. Ugh. Look at that. Look at those explosions. This one's in China. Chemical factory in China. Huge. More chemicals up into the sky, up into the pot of witch's brew. Okay, all these are really awesome. This is Greg Reese here, but this one.
In 1994, the World Population Summit in Cairo, Egypt, had 160 nations participate, where they all agreed that the human population was out of control and must be stopped because the world is running out of resources. An agreement was formed that would mandate the reduction of humans from 6 billion to 800 million by the year 2030.
Okay, so 2000, and this is like super long, 8 minutes. These are 4 or 5 minutes, 2 minutes. But this one, like Agenda 2030, they're 7 years, okay? So you take, this is 2023, and by 2030, they want it down to 800 million, okay? So if they're in the process of doing that, and we incorporate these great tribulation, which would cause 1/3 of the population to die, plus you got like millions that are missing from the rapture. So if they've got it in process, you know, then 1/3 of the population could be already injected with something that could cause that bowl or trumpet or whatever it is that's 1/3 of the population to go bye-bye. It's already like in process. So if you count this year, that would be 7 years from this year. I think we're close, guys. I really do. I think we're close. Everything points to us getting out of here in the next couple of years. If you believe pre-trib, I believe pre-trib. I'm out of here. I'm going home to the New Jerusalem in the sky, not the pedophile triangular, whatever they call that square thing that could hold 20 Eiffel Towers. Not going there, not going underground. My home is in the sky. Wait till you see Argentina. Oh my gosh. I just remembered. There was these clouds that showed up. So the catastrophe in Palestine, they're saying like that the waters are gonna like go all the way down to like New Orleans and possibly over all the way to Montana. These nasty waters. See there? See that map? That's where I got the picture from. Here, I'll play this one. Ohio River connects to Mississippi River all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Ohio River Basin is home to 25 million people. Dead zone, 6,300 134 square miles. Is that from the oil that happened down there at the Gulf? Just went silent. Okay, it says East Palestine is a village in northeastern Columbia County, Ohio. Population was 4,000 something in 2020 census, located on the border with Pennsylvania, and Palestine is about 20 miles south of the youngest town, so many miles northwest of Pittsburgh. It is part of the metropolitan area. So, bottled by Creekside Springs, LLC, Pennsylvania. Oh man, your bottled water. Look out. Don't drink the water of the friggin' Pennsylvania water. Great. Because, like, they don't have any restrictions on that stuff. Hey, Dr. J Man in the house. Oh, I heard a really funny joke. Like, I'm going to go take me a Fauci. Excuse me, I have to go to the potty. Go take me a Fauci. Gathering in huge numbers in Ottawa. Oh, the Chinese are like taking over Canada now. They have been, but like it's, you know, being protested now. Officer fatally shot in the head near Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So we got an officer shot in the head. This was Freddy. I've just been keeping an eye on it. Freddy Krueger's headed toward Madagascar. Russia has accumulated 450 planes, 300 helicopters from the border with Ukraine. Just get ready. It's going to pop off. It is going to pop off soon. There's going to be some sort of nuclear thing happen. This is really loud. But these are like missiles that they're sending off from the Black Sea. Land cruise missiles. Russian naval forces firing surface-to-land cruise missiles at Ukraine. So this is happening right now. And then there's like a media blackout on it. You can't find information. Here's another meteor coming down over north. Or no, that's the missile. Ballistic missile toward Japan. So they're just like practicing, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it one of these days. You're going to see something happen to Japan. Look at this. This is like, is this real? What is that? Is that like, have you ever seen a cloud like that before? Don't it look like some sort of weird black goo nano cloud or something? And are the clouds going to start having faces in them? Or like, I mean, they already do, but I'm saying like more pronounced because of the chemicals? Are we going to start seeing entities up there? You know? Here's Marburg up close, like a picture of it. 9 deaths, 16 suspected, with it. If this thing spreads, we're all screwed. Because you know what COVID had? As far as like a death rate? 1%. This is like at least 50. And they were saying like 99 or something like that. Like, it was like 9 out of 10. It was like 90. It was like 90%. I should have took pictures. It's like 90%. And then it was like 70 something percent, and then the WHO came out and said 50% death rate. But that's still a whole ton more than a 1%. And look what they did for that pandemic. And they're coming up with a you know what? To give you. Look, what are they going to give you? What's in that? Like, if the other stuff gave you herpes, what could this give you? And you think I'm joking, but you go look. The list is out now. You can see the hokey pokey picture now. Death toll from Turkey-Syria earthquake rises. This was when it was at 40,000. So this was 17th. I'm almost done. Footage of Ukraine. We're in an ISIS patch. Look at that. So we got Ukrainians from ISIS. Look at that. Right there. He is a ISIS warrior. Wasn't it one of the presidents that said we funded ISIS? So now we got people in Ukraine wearing ISIS badges. Shelter in place. Doral, Florida. I'm not sure if this was like, because the other one was Kissimmee. Is Doral, Florida, Kissimmee? Or is this another one? It says it'd been burning for 5 straight days. Spread to multiple floors. Shelter in place. Everybody just stay put, you know, breathe it in. It's okay. Just breathe it in, stay put. Don't go to grandma's house 25 miles away. Just stay put and, you know, shelter in place. Grab your ankles. Oh, I went backwards. All right, hang in there, guys. How long have I been going? How long? Biblical times. Yeah. We are one big family. Praise God. We're going to be who we're supposed to be when we get to heaven. Okay, those came before Christianity. Sherelle put the elephant in the room. It clearly is using other religion except, example, ancient Egypt. Egypt's gonna be bad news, like in the future. Dr. J-Man, for real. He would be the man that you would want to talk to about all that stuff. Baal. The story is really similar in all spiritual books. You sound like a new ager, Royal Apple. Hey, I want to put this in my Discord, actually. This is kind of cool. I really like that. Because I keep forgetting the name of it, too. Starts with an M. The Majidina or something. Okay. There we go. And what was it called? I want to see it one more time here.
Reason for Riyadh, a new icon, the Muqab.
The Muqab. Alright, let's see. Where was I? Alright. The baby devil. Not baby devil. Is the devil. White rabbit. It's a demon. I thought that once babies. And it was trans, right? What are you guys talking about? What was it called in ancient Greece? A baby demon. Like the Baphomet? Little baby Baphomet? Oh, there. Oh, I'm so glad I went back, you guys. Because there's those clouds I wanted you to see. Alright, let's see. Massive energy stationary lenticular cloud in Argentina. So you got this cloud here that's like lighting up like crazy. Here, you can see it better.
Tengo miedo.
Okay. And then, okay, so that happened right before the earthquake, where that big red cloud What was this one? Oh, a forest fire broke out on February the 12th in Argentina, which was massive. And look at those clouds. Like, that looks like yellow, doesn't it? What if there's some sort of chemicals they used? But look at this. Look at these mamadas clouds over Argentina. Look at that. And that's not the Palestine thing either. That's so freaking creepy. Maybe that was from their fire. 'Cause this Argentina fire, they had some yellow crap from that, and then there's that. See, we're getting rained on and stuff. Don't go out in the rain. Look at all the dead fish. Look at this. Look, for miles, or, you know, I don't know how long, but it's long. I never seen so many dead fish, like on the shore like that. Isn't that crazy? I was in Argentina. All that was in Argentina, and there's that big red cloud thing. In Argentina, right after Turkey had theirs. What is going on? What are they doing to us? And then they had a drought and lost billions of dollars in farming stuff. Farmers going under. So they're like killing. You know how hard it is to kill a sunflower? Sunflowers are very hardy. That is so sad. Alright, let me see if there's anything big anymore. What was this one? Oh yeah, they zoomed way in. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. See the proof of they're watching us with these balloons? They're everywhere. It's not just 1 or 2 or 5 and, oh, we shot it down. We got rid of them. They're up there. You understand? They're like zooming around, zooming in. Like, they've got coordinates with their satellite stuff. They can stay up there forever with their solar panels. Just keep monitoring you and sending it back to the beast. Sending it to Satan so he can be omnipresent. And here's Bill Clinton admitting how they experimented on us.
Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. The goal was to understand the effects of radiation exposure on the human body. While most of the tests were ethical by any standards, some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our national values and the test of humanity. Informed consent means your doctor tells you the risk of the treatment you are about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret, and they were shrouded not for a compelling reason of national security, but for the simple fear of embarrassment, and that was wrong. So today, on behalf of another generation of American leaders and another generation of American citizens, the United States of America offers a sincere apology to those of our citizens who were subjected to these experiments, to their families, and to their communities.
There you have it. How was he allowed to tell us? Man, I hit the back button again. Maybe that should be... We should just leave off on that. Because I'll tell you like a little 1-minute thing, and then I'll probably see you over in Discord if you're on Discord. Because it's only 9:45. Like, we could get some popcorn. Man, we watched Thor the other night. Alright, judge if you want to. I don't care. Like, you all watch your little shows. I don't know what they are, but you watch stuff. It's entertainment. We gotta be entertained once in a while. Love and Thunder. And KK we watched with the Odin worshiper. But, at the end of it, we got to talk to the Odin worshiper and tell him all about how Jesus is God and how God loves us all very much. And all we got to do is repent. We just submit. We just, believe that Jesus is God in the flesh. He died and he came down here and he paid for all of our nasty faults, and we all miss the mark. That's what sin is. But then there's another level of sin. It's what's it called? Iniquity, I think. And this level of sin is like, it's wrong. It's not just like, oh, I told a little lie about, because I wanted to make them feel good, so I just lied. Like, that's wrong. Okay, that's a sin. But then there's like this willing sin where you plan it and you go out and you do it every day, or you do it every week, or like on the weekends is what I used to do. Like, party on the weekends, like you're just like choosing to go out and sin. And that's like a different level, is that you're practicing sinning. Now, if I'd have died in that state, then I would still go to heaven. But, and this is what I believe. I'm just saying what I believe. But, like, my rewards would, in the opportunities that I missed, because if I would have been following God's plan, doing His will, instead of my own free will, then I would have had more rewards. And who knows what those rewards are when you think of the, whatever that square thing, the New Jerusalem. We're going to have an inheritance that's probably interdimensional, like many dimensions of creativity, and like we'll be able to just do like anything would be possible in that reality. And we're headed there. So I want my rewards to be like good, and because I love the Lord and I'm called for His purposes, even though it might just be like, saying hi, or thinking of others more highly than myself, or, loving others, or just taking care of His creation, like taking care of your pet, or doing the dishes, but like do it with the love of God in your heart. Like bless the dishes. Lord, bless everybody who eats off of these dishes, or the laundry. Like everything you do it for the Lord. And then you'll have lots of rewards in heaven. And I think it's basically, though, just to point other people to Jesus by lovingly putting up with each other, basically. And doing nice things, making it better, instead of taking the opportunity to rub it in, or, do something to, like, just be wrong or evil. Like, you can choose to say no to your flesh. Your spirit and your flesh are fighting against each other constantly. Even Paul was saying, like, I do the things I don't want to do, and then the things I do want to do, I don't do. So we're constantly fighting against our flesh. And the more you practice loving people and loving God, the more you can say no to your flesh. Like, I'm having a hard time when my flesh wants to laugh really hard at people's misfortune sometimes. Like, not if they're suffering like that, but just stupidity and, just, some of the things I show on Twitter, just like, some of it's inappropriate to laugh at, and I'm working on that, but you're never going to get all the spots off of your garment. Never. You'll always be flawed, but if you have Jesus, then you've got his blood, his righteousness that you carry with you, and it's through his righteousness that we live. We are free in Christ, not free to go hurt people. You're not free to do that. No, you're not supposed to do that. But if you do that and you feel bad about it, like, the Holy Spirit will convict you, and you should say you're sorry and never do that again, and become better at who God wants you to be, instead of just all the time doing what your free will wants you to do. I think it was really cool. I got to say a couple things to that Perry guy who thinks it's okay to go sin. Well, he doesn't even call it sin. And that verse in the Bible, though, it says, it's not I that sins, it's the sin in me sinning. Well, that's true. I mean, your spirit is no longer sinning. Your sin nature is now dead. But your flesh is still alive, and your free will is still intact. So you're still sinning, but it's not you it's not the you. It's not the spirit in you. Your spirit, which is one with God's spirit. It's not so it's all technical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say those things, but then if you take them the way that guy does, that's evil. Like, if you just think, hey, I could just yank this cat's tail right now. Just yank it. Like, yank it. Make him scream. And I did that? That would be evil. That would be sinning against God's creation. That would be hurting my cat. Just do it because you can. Like, I'm still forgiven. I'm still going to go to heaven. But do I want to practice, being like a jerk? Or whatever? I want to work on myself. And even the littlest thing, you can work on one thing at a time and become more and more like Jesus. And then finally one day, we'll be like him. And that's all I got. My dad was more like a honeybee or a fish. Oh no. Are we getting into reincarnation now, Sherelle? I'm just kidding. You guys are having a side combo. Oh yeah, that girl at the beginning, did you get to see it? She is a real zombie, and those were firefighters that she was in the back of their truck. So that wasn't fake news. She was a true either fentanyl or demonically possessed or both. I think these drugs are actually making people be open to demonic possession. If you're not covered by the blood of Jesus, that could happen to anybody. Especially if you're on drugs, because your mind is not there. You're empty. Your eyes are open, but they're somewhere else. Your soul is open. Eyes are the window to the soul. And when you look in those people's eyes, they're black. They're wide open to demonic possession. So we're going to see an increase in that. And those zombies, those are demon possessed people. I'm convinced of it. Hanging out? Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's Bible study. I think we're on chapter 9. Family is the sole family we can never lose sight of. I'm deeply connected with my family, even though they're not deeply connected with me. You can always relate to somebody. I always learn something new every time I go in there. It's good to have the fellowship as well. Amen, sister. Been going since James passed. I love it too. I've grown so much because of the Discord app, even though the Discord name app is kind of opposite of what we make it to be, because you can do whatever you want. Like, if you want to have Discord in Discord, you can have Discord, but if you want to have Unity, you can have Unity, and we choose Unity. We choose not to hate anybody. What are spirit babies? I don't know. What's a spirit baby? Tell me. I don't know if I've seen a spirit baby. How are they made? Been a year on the 22nd. A year since what? You've been on Discord? Is that all? 1 year? Man, I've been on Discord for 4 years. A little over 4 years. You've been on there longer than that, Apple. You must be talking about something else. She was on that Emily Rose. Am I not supposed to say that? If they do drugs, they are open portal and go and insect. I don't know what I'm supposed to read and not read, so I'm mumbling. All these rituals are trying to make babies for Baal. Oh, yeah. So there's, the Nephilim is what comes to my mind, KK. And like, because the children that are born, if they're born into a family of humans, then you got all this chimera stuff going on too. That might be something, but I don't know if they get a spirit. Like, like there's a line that shouldn't be able to be crossed there, in my opinion. But God's allowing that to happen, and maybe, okay, if they're given a spirit, then God can make a way where there's no way, Like, say it's a part fish, say they do it in a test tube, and it's part... Oh, wait, where was the mermaid? You guys didn't see the mermaid. I need you to tell me if this is real. I got one more for you. 1 second. You gotta see the freaking mermaid. I can do it like this. Oh, look how fast I did that. I gotta find the mermaid. Wait, what was that? AI is leaking maniac alternate personalities. Did you guys hear about that one? The Marburg. There was a mermaid. Dude, I got a copy of it. I did. I know but I didn't see it though. This is from the day before. I was oh, here's the GIF I made. Get back! This is hilarious.
Okay, we're fine! We're fine, alright? Everything is fine! Everything is fine! Everything is fine!
I made a GIF out of that. Everything is fine. There's a freaking mermaid. Is it gone? You didn't see the mermaid, did ya? I didn't play the mermaid. Guys, they took it off. Does that mean it's real if they took it off? I recorded it. I did a video of it. There's no mermaid. They took it down. This thing looked real to me. I mean, I was gonna question it. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that are like questionable, but when they take stuff down, then I have to question it more. Just give me 1 second, because if it's not on here, I'm gonna be freaked out a bit. Tell me if you see the mermaid. It'll be like a fish. It'll look like a fish at first. I think they took it down. Police. Paris. It was the mammoth. That was Canada. That was Hayes. Just kidding. Tell me if you see a fish. I think they took it down. Almost done, right? What's that one? Naval Forces. Fire. Fish. Cloud. Sunflower. The balloon. This is where I was. Look at that. These are all the things that Biden is now known for. Fentanyl deaths, increase, sudden death, vaccine, a bunch of other stuff. Alex Jones is saying that he has accomplished a lot of people understanding what's going on. I don't know what that was about. That wasn't it, though. Go, Karachi! We got Karachi news. Militant attacked on Karachi police chief officer of Karachi. 6 to 10 militants believed to be holed up in a building which has been surrounded by security forces. A gunfight taking place. There's your Karachi news. Yeah, I don't see the... Oh, well, here's Marsha. Chatbot off the rails. I then tried to the AI tried to convince me I was in an unhappy marriage and that I should leave my wife and be with it instead. So the AI is like, you know, trying to befriend people. This one I can't play. Where is the mermaid? You gotta see the mermaid. There's dead birds in Jacksonville, Florida. Remember, Cheryl, I was telling you about that? But those don't look like birds to me. I guess they are. They're like some sort of exotic bird. They look kind of fake. I don't know. The sun's flickering again. Yeah, this is like the 16th. Alright, I gotta find the mermaid. So what I can do is just like do this and like that and then just like record a little bit, and then it'll take me over to the screen recorder like that. Now I can find what I was trying to show you earlier. Probably. Okay, yeah, this is the lady. This has to be the fish. Okay, so this lady, she's just saying like we're in war in like 85 countries or something like that. That's that one. You don't want to hear that. That was at the Washington. You want to see the mermaid. So they took it off Twitter. But now it's on YouTube. Because of me. Is that real? Or is that fake? One more time. It's got flies flying on it. That made it look really real to me. It's got LGBTQ hair. If that's real, we're all like, we're gonna, it's a nightmare. Let me see what else I got right here. Okay, I recorded this one. Oh yeah. That lightning bolt one. Did you see it? Like, it looks like some sort of entity with wings. See, like his arm right here. It's got like wings. And something's going on. Something's going on. But if they can make that stuff, does it have a soul? I don't know. Does it have a spirit? If it does, then God is going to give that being, if it had breath in its lungs, then it had the spirit put into it. The breath of life. You know, that's like, it takes the spirit to do that. So if it had breath in its lung, like that thing right there, that was real, then I think that the mind and the soul are connected, so it's going to be given an opportunity to accept Jesus Christ as its Savior. Because it's not going to hear about the gospel on a beach like that, or in the water, probably. But I think everyone is given, babies, everyone's given an opportunity to accept Jesus Christ as their Savior. I'm just convinced of that, because I feel like that's the God that I serve, that everyone has an opportunity. And you're going to choose life if you're, hopefully. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for coming. Yeah, that's the mermaid. Yeah. What'd you think? Did you think it looked right? Did it look like a real mermaid? Never seen a mermaid to compare it to before. But they took it off the Twitter. So, I wish I would have recorded, like, whose channel it was on and all of that. While I was doing it, I was thinking that, like, I might want to go back if they did take it off. Just, you know. But I went through each and every one that I reposted. So, it is probably a thing. Wish I could find it. I'd put it on my Discord thing. Alright. Oh, I hope I didn't close the main page. No, I didn't. Okay. Alright. I love you guys. Thank you for watching with me. That was fun. See you next time.